Alright, I am super pumped because right here is my very first Jeep. Alright, hello folks and welcome to the channel. So like I said earlier, this is my very first vehicle. I just purchased this and it is a 1956 Kaiser Willys Jeep CJ5. I'm just going to give you a little walk around on it, starting with popping the hood and showing y'all all what makes all the horse torques. Oh yeah. So right there is the original F-head 134 cubic inch 4-cylinder Hurricane engine. So the factory ratings for this were 75 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, and I think it was 114 pound-feet of torque at 2,000 RPMs. And a little trivia history thing on this motor, it is the same block as a flathead, and they just made a new head to make overhead valve. But you can see the exhaust valves are still in the block, so you can see how the manifold bolts onto the block and not on the head. And then the intake valves were overhead. I believe it gained like 15 horsepower and like 10 pound-feet of torque, but got a lot more efficient with them making that modification. So, things I've started doing on this already is I got the oil changed, cleaned out the oil bath air cleaner, put a disconnect on the battery, just overall did some basic maintenance on it. Now, moving around, oh, it also has a temporary lawnmower gas tank here. There's supposed to be a tank under the seat. It's missing. The lawnmower tank works for now. I have started pulling the dash off to rewire this because the whole electrical system is messed up, which I will get to that in a little bit. But you can see along here, back side of the dash, and even on the firewall, there's that yellow paint, which I believe to be the original transport yellow paint that I guess this Jeep came with from the factory. Now it's been painted a couple times. Looks like kind of a julep green or peacock blue paint, and then somebody black rattle canned parts of it. So yeah, it doesn't look the greatest, but it does run and drive really well. Has the 3-speed manual, non-synchronized first and reverse, dual stick transfer case, shifts super smooth. I mean, everything just works great. So yeah, for a 60-year-old Jeep, this thing runs absolutely great. Original seat upholstery still looks great. Got a missing spring and kind of busted up, but hey, that'll be something to work on and fix. Coming around, might as well talk about the electrical system. So when I first got it, the ignition switch was just hanging down like that, and I went and tried to fix it by putting it actually on the dashboard. Thought, okay, that'll be a great thing so I can actually turn the key on and off easier. Well, then it started, this has push button start on the floor, which is original for this Jeep, and with the key off, hit the button, it would start, and then you can't turn the engine off. So the wires running to the ignition switch were all frayed and messed up and contacting each other and completing the circuit like the key was on. So I cut those wires off, put new insulation on them, put in the dashboard. That was great. But in the meantime, I must have messed up other wires in the dash, because then later the other night I was driving it and the only lights on this that work is the one turn signal and the gauge light. Those two lights would randomly come on and off, and sparks would start coming out of the dashboard, which I'm no expert at electronics, but I don't think that's supposed to happen. So I have started pulling the dashboard off, got a new wiring harness in the mail today, and in upcoming videos I will be completely rewiring this Jeep. But until then, it sits how it is. The brake system is really easy to push, especially for manual drum brakes, because there are no brakes.
We got no brakes! No brakes! Help us! Yes, thank you! No brake gag works every time. Oh no! We really don't have any brakes! Kid, will ya? Hang on!
I don't think y'all probably won't be able to see that, but yeah, there's no line or wheel cylinder in this wheel or that wheel, and I think there's only one wheel cylinder in the back. So there is absolutely no brakes, but at least it's a manual, so you can just put in neutral and roll to a stop. The frame is solid and clean. The body is pretty rough. Yeah, but you know, rust is lighter than carbon fiber. So, and then underneath the passenger seat, that is supposed to be a toolbox, but now it's just a hole underneath the seat. But, you know, hey, most people would call that rust, but actually that is Jeep rust prevention system. And it allows stuff like water or these pine needles to drain out of the floor, so it doesn't sit on the floor and it doesn't rust it out. And that's why this Jeep is in such good condition even to this day. Side of the body absolutely rotted to nothing, because there would have been a spare tire mount here, so that would have just trapped moisture and dirt and just ate this thing to pieces. But aside from the body, this thing is actually in really good condition, mechanically wise. And then I also got a hard top and doors for this, so I will go cut to that. The hard top. So the gentleman I bought the Jeep from had the 56, and he also had a 64 CJ5, and the top and doors are off of the 64. But from the research I can do on the World Wide Web, I'm thinking that this top is an original Jeep option for the 64, which is really cool, and that's gotta be pretty rare and hard to find. So the top is fiberglass, sides and back are all steel. The only thing's really wrong with it is there's one chunk out of the drip edge there. It's a little broken up back here, but overall it's in pretty good shape. The doors, the passenger side is complete. There's quite a few dents in it. It's kind of rusted down on the corner. You can see there's some putty there, but yeah, it's complete and not in too bad a shape. The driver's side, the glass is busted. There's just some plastic there, and the inner door skin is missing. But the glass is just a flat sheet. Door skin is just flat sheet metal, so it should be pretty easy to rebuild that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy and that I could get this, because I don't know where I'd ever find another original top for a CJ5. So that's really cool.
There we go. Not that big of a hill.
Well, we're on top of America right now.
Doesn't really have much of brakes.
No. Yeah, well. stop that stupid automatic.
Yeah,
throttle stick.
It does roll away.
Yeah. You scratched my paint.
I know, I'm trying not to scratch the paint too bad.
Yeah, and don't scratch the windshield either.
Yeah. The good thing is it doesn't fog up very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you liked this video. I am super excited to start working on this Jeep, and I will be documenting the entire build process here on this YouTube channel. So if you like Jeeps and you like anything about cars, then please subscribe and follow along this build. There's going to be a lot of cool videos. I'm going to be learning a lot about this Jeep, and we'll be sharing all that knowledge with you. So until next time, have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.